on Valentine's Day, maybe your mate showed how much you mattered by bestowing a beautiful bouquet. Or perhaps you bought yourself some flowers to freshen up your home. But how do you make your florals flourish for more than just a couple of days? Floral designer Greg Lauk is here with help to keep your blossoms blooming. Greg is the owner of The Greenhouse, a fresh flower market in Hudson.
Hi.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about flowers here.
Yeah, let's talk.
How long do you really expect a flower to last?
Well, a good quality flower should last anywhere from 5 to 7 days, but could last longer, up to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the staple for Valentine's Day. You know, the dozen red roses. What can we do to preserve those poses?
All right. Well, the most important thing about when you get a dozen roses is to make sure the vase has water. That's the number one, really the most important. Make sure your vase is filled with water, and you also want to make sure that you change the water out on a daily basis. So whether you're sticking this in the sink and running fresh water into it by the faucet and disposing of the old water out, or you could actually just pick up the whole arrangement in your hand and just dump this out. Or, better yet, you can take this and you can use some clippers and you can clip all the stems, give it a fresh cut, fresh water, and plop it back down in the vase. That will make the arrangement last so much longer.
So they can drink, and they can drink very well then.
Yes, exactly.
So fresh water, we got that.
Right.
So anything else we can do? Well,
yeah, absolutely. You would want to keep it in a cool location too. So the cooler the better. To extend the life, you can put it in your garage, as long as it's, not below freezing, or maybe in your basement. Also, just using a spritzer or bottled water. Flowers also take in water from their petals. So you could also spritz the arrangement as well. That'll help it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But stay away from heat?
Please, yeah, stay away from heat. Don't sit it by a heat source or by your furnace, any type of warm air coming out. That's not good.
Okay, that'll make them droop, huh?
Yeah, that'll make them droop. Absolutely.
And then you talked about trimming the stems. What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, let's show you. So we just have a sample hydrangea stem here, and I wanted to show you, they always say cut at an angle, and they say that for a reason. If I cut right across this stem, if you notice, the surface for it to draw up water is that diameter, right?
Only as big as it can be.
Only as big as it can be. But if I cut it at an angle, look at how much more this stem can drink up. You see how much more area? So that's why they always say cut it at an angle. So that's a really good tip too.
Lets them drink even more.
It makes them
fresh water and they drink more.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
And you mentioned that some flowers would last longer than others. So you've got some examples here of those kind of flowers?
Well, absolutely we do. So starting with your very last arrangement, there's some beautiful lilies, and they're still in bud. So those lilies will last a couple weeks, if not longer. So ask for your lilies in bud form. There's Safari Sunset in there, which is also called leucodendron.
That's the red stuff?
That's that red stuff, yeah. And it comes in green, too. You see that? That lasts 2-3 weeks, maybe. Okay? And then the Cymbidium orchids right here, those are beautiful flowers. Probably would last a couple weeks, if not longer.
As long as you give them water and trimming them, right?
Water and trim them, absolutely.
Okay, how about, the tulips in front are beautiful.
Aren't those tulips pretty? Tulips do come in bud form, and they will continue to grow and bloom, and they actually are a long-lasting flower. You probably could get a week and a half to 2 weeks out of tulips that are in bud form. And then, this vase, we just kind of have examples of all the flowers that are really long-lasting. So this dianthus, which is this fuzzy stuff, is very long-lasting. Hypericum berries, Safari Sunset, leucodendron, and then, believe it or not, carnations are still that
old standard.
Yeah, that lasts quite a long time.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the tips.
You're welcome.
Bring spring into your space with fresh flowers, and then follow Greg's advice to keep your arrangement around as long as possible. For more tips and tricks, give Greg a call. His number's next.
For more information, call The Greenhouse, a fresh flower market, at 1-800-795-1366, or log on to www.thegreenhouseflorist.com. Next, give yourself a gift you'll love.